This lady, Kiona Waddell, I don't know. She threatened to blow up her boyfriend, and then she did. What is with people hearing other people threaten them? People normally that you're in a relationship with, they threaten you or your children or whatever, and then you're just like, that's all fun and games, whatever. Don't worry about it. What is that mentality? You always hear this as like the beaten wife syndrome, where like they're too afraid to leave their husband or whatever, and that happens too, sure. But as much as people like to say that men are far more violent than women are, this lady is proving that that's a lie. Of course, there's plenty of other things that prove that's a lie as well. But this woman threatened for months to blow up her boyfriend with dynamite, and then she did. Now, I don't think they actually had dynamite. It was I believe it's handmade, and I believe it was handmade as soon as I read it because it blew up his hand. Whereas I think an actual stick of real dynamite would probably do considerable damage to his body, which is her intent. As everyone, like I said, they always say that men are way more dangerous than women, way more violent than women. I think wanting to paint the walls of someone's room red with their blood and guts by blowing their body to little giblets is about as violent as it gets. And that was what Kiona had planned to do to her boyfriend. I don't know the intricacies of their little arguments, but they apparently had some domestic issues. And the guy told her to leave, and then he left. And when he came back, he went to sleep. And I guess she had like stayed in his house or like snuck back in. And in his sleep, she just lit a stick of handmade dynamite and threw it into his room. You imagine that. You're asleep in your room and you wake up to a hissing sound. Oh, there's just some dynamite on the floor there. Yeah, that's normal, right? Oh, yeah, there's some dynamite there. Well, apparently he tried to put it out but couldn't, and when he tried to throw it out the window, he couldn't do that either. So I guess this lady was sadistic enough to give it a long fuse. I don't know why the hell, like, why didn't he just leave the room or like throw it under the bed or something? But, well, it was in the moment. You wake up to some dynamite in your room slowly burning down. That's that's got to be a bit harrowing. I don't know. It's probably not the decisions I would have made, but those are the decisions he made, and as a result, it blew up his hand, and then he had to have his arm amputated. And that's pretty screwed up. But I think more screwed up than that is the fact that it took 2 years to convict this lady. Why? Why did it take 2 years? This isn't some like, well, we found some people buried in a shallow grave, or there was a body out in the woods. We think we know who did it, but we have to do more investigation. This lady had been threatening for months to blow up her boyfriend with dynamite. He lived. He tells them that. He literally was blown up by he didn't do it himself. He wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna make this scheme where I blow myself up with dynamite, but it doesn't kill me, and then I tell the police that actually it was her that did it, and they're gonna think that, oh, there's no way anyone would blow themselves up, so she must have done it, and then I get to live the rest of my life without an arm. No one's gonna. I mean, that'd be amazing if it happened that way, but no one's gonna do that, right? So she must have been the one who did it, right? I mean, like, there's really no other option. So why is it that it took 2 years to convict her? And then it's a month still until she's sentenced. Why? Why was she not dealt with 2 years ago? And do you think she can be rehabilitated? Well, they're planning on, I mean, not planning. They're probably actually, because it's New York and she's a black female, as you can see, they're probably going to give her a slap on the wrist, a mental health equivalent of a sentencing. I don't know how severe that will be because New York, they think prison is a white supremacist institution built on racism. So I don't know how extreme it's going to be for her, but they're probably not going to give her the potential maximum, and even that is not good enough. 25 years? A potential maximum of 25 years, and she's 35, so she'd get out at 60. Now imagine that, 25 years in prison. By the time you get out, especially in this era of like AI and stuff, by the time you get out, you're going to be useless to society around you. Even if you did get rehabilitated, and for the record, anyone who's throwing dynamite at sleeping people can't be rehabilitated. Like, she needs to be on death row, and that needs to be expedited as well. Like, I don't agree with being on death row for 40 years. That's ridiculous. What's even the point? I mean, if you just want to torture someone to death, then do it. Like, why send people to prison for decades? It doesn't make any sense. She's not going to be rehabilitated. She's probably not even going to be locked away for 25 years. And yeah, I mean, like, I bet probably like mental health for some years and then probation or something. Because like I said, it's New York and she's black and she's a woman, so she's got she's got all the points of privilege on her side in one of the most privileged places in the world right now. So I don't expect her to be locked up for 25 years, but even that, it's not good enough. It's not prison's not good enough. Like, prison really doesn't help most people. It's not a great institution. I don't think it's one built on racism, but I don't think prison is very helpful for most people, unless they want to become angrier and more knowledgeable about crime. In that case, and join in like a gang and stuff. In that case, then prison is very good. But I don't really see it that way. So 25 years. She probably won't get that. Hopefully, I can remember to check on this in a month's time. It's scheduled for May 27th, and that will be an absolute trip. Because the thing is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she gets the maximum sentence or if she gets a slap on the wrist. Either way, it's going to be a farce of justice, because you just can't rehabilitate that. You can't rehabilitate someone throwing dynamite at somebody else. You just can't do it. You just have to execute them. That's the way the world used to work, and it's the way it should still work. I mean, it's the most egregious of things. Like, I'm not saying that other things can't be tied with it, sure, but you can't really outdo that as far as craziness goes. And then it reminds me very much of Shamar Elkins from 10 days ago, where the guy, he lost his crap, and he got his gun, and he shot up his wife and his girlfriend and his 7 children and a cousin, I think. And I think like one daughter survived because she fled to the rooftop, like a 12-year-old daughter, and then the one woman survived with like a broken pelvis or something from jumping off the roof or something. I don't know exactly what happened to the other woman, but this guy told them that he was going to do that. That's the important part to think here. He's told them in an argument that he was going to do that he was going to do exactly that, and she didn't listen. She said, "Oh, well, we were just playing." And his adoptive mother knew about it as well, and she said, "Well, she got mad about it. Well, don't play like that. It's not funny. Don't say that. Don't think like that," she said. But I mean, how do you know about these things happening? In this case, it was a man saying it to a woman, and he did what he said, and all your kids would be alive if you would just listen to him. And I mean, I get like sometimes you're in scenarios with scary people, and it's a hard choice, but the choice to just ignore them when they say that they're going to massacre you, it's not a wise choice, I would say. Evidence suggests as much, anyway. I mean, between these two, and then it reminds me of like just the modern crap that's going on. So we've got another assassination attempt on Trump, which I made a short video about when it happened, but took no time at all for the libs to start saying, "Oh man, he missed another failed assassination. Wow, we suck." Just openly wishing, putting their faces all over TikTok or Blue Sky or wherever they post to X. I mean, they don't care. Here's some from Reddit, from me_IRL, which just very rapidly, and there's 2 different me IRLs. This one's got the underscore. They've very rapidly descended into being a left-wing mouthpiece. I can't say I exactly remember which one was which, because they're this exact same sub, really. They just stole the name, basically. But it's rapidly become hyper left-wing. It's the top post saying that they wish Trump was dead with 90,000 upvotes, and that's from 21 days ago, back during some of the major Iran stuff. And now this is from the assassination attempt at the dinner, where they're talking about the Jurassic Park meme. 50,000 upvotes for someone saying that no one cares if Trump gets assassinated. The echo chamber of sitting there with everyone who thinks the exact same as each other, agreeing with each other, and thinking that that's the way the world works. That's what's resulted in people going on the internet, showing their face on the internet, not anonymous. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone can find out everything about you instantly from your face. They know where you live. They know where you work. They know everything about you and all the people you're friends with, and they can do some harm to you. So you're going on the internet and telling all of these people that you want the president to be assassinated, and it's like you don't see any possible repercussions to that. How stupid are you? And it's just like these other people. Like, he told you he was going to shoot you and the kids, and you ignored him. She told you she was going to blow you up with dynamite. And, okay, to be a little bit fair to that guy, like, if someone told me that they were going to blow me up with dynamite, I wouldn't actually think that they were being serious about the very literal aspect of using dynamite. Or, I mean, I suppose it was handmade, but is dynamite a brand? I don't even know if that's a brand or not. But I would still think that there's a bit of a threat there if someone was threatening to use dynamite against me, right? Like, we've just become so violent in our words that people don't even understand what they're saying anymore. Like, when you say F you to someone, you think about it. You're saying sex plus you as an insult to someone. So you're saying you're going to sexually assault them. That's what FU means when you say it to someone, which is why I've tried to cut it out of my vocabulary, because it's well, it's a terroristic threat. It's a federal crime to say that to someone, but it's so normal for everyone, from preteens to preachers, from pop stars to presidents, to say F you to somebody else, that we don't even realize that we're all federal criminals for saying it. It's a bit ridiculous. We've gotten to the point where threats of assassination and threats of mass murders and such, it's just a casual thing. And then it happens, and then it's like, well, hang on. Couldn't we have prevented this? Couldn't we have prevented this by just arresting these people when they go on Reddit and they upvote 50,000 people upvoting this? Like, don't you think that's a problem? I mean, not all of them are in the USA, of course, but and then 90,000 for the other one. I mean, these people are basically incentivizing assassination of the president. That's what they're doing, and that's okay, because you can say anything you want on the internet and no repercussions happen to you at all. Why exactly? I mean, it can't be that hard to just deal with these people, right? And when I say deal, I don't mean like, I don't mean throw them in a hole or anything. I just mean we need to clean up the internet. We need to fill up the prisons, all the for-profit prisons that don't really help anybody. I mean, throwing this woman in there for 25 years isn't going to help anything, but maybe you arrest like 500,000 Redditors, throw them in there, have them breaking down the big rocks into smaller rocks or whatever it is they do. And I don't know, maybe it'll at least serve to deliver a message that you can't just go on the internet and say whatever you want. And it's not just like a political thing, it's just in general. Like, it's creating a worse society where everyone is basically a criminal all the time. Everyone's threatening everyone else all the time. No one takes it seriously, and then something bad happens, and then everyone blames everyone else. Oh, it's the GOP's fault because gun violence. Oh, it's the left wing's fault because immigrants. Like, either way, like, it didn't need to happen to begin with, and it only really happened because people allowed it to happen. Like, guns didn't kill people, immigrants didn't kill people, allowing psychopaths to have guns, that killed people, allowing a ton of immigrants in the country, that's killing people. It's not it's just so frustrating because people don't care. They don't care about what they're doing, but they care about virtue signaling afterwards. And it's just insufferable. It's suffocating. Well, how have people become so stupid that they're going on the internet, showing their face to the world, and incentivizing the assassination of a president or of someone of his admin, or cheering on the deaths of Charlie Kirk or whoever? It's just unbelievable. They really are truly pushing us towards an idiocracy. And I think all of that could be solved with some more severe prison sentences. Well, first of all, people being arrested for the crimes they're committing, but also it'd also be nice if people took threats more seriously. If someone's threatening you, you should probably do something about that, report it. But even when someone is sent to prison, I mean, you blew off the dude's arm, and you get maximum of 25 years. That's ridiculous. I mean, imagine if Shamar Elkins had survived as well. I mean, they would have given him life, but would they have even given him death row? I don't know. He was from Louisiana, which you kind of expect to be a little bit harsher. But even if he did get the death penalty, how many decades would it be before he was finally executed? Like, I just don't see a need to drag everything out. Like, here's the thing. Human life is really, it's not expensive and it's not cheap. You have these people doing crazy things like Waddle and Elkins, and their life is not so expensive that they need to be spared any kind of punishment, right? Like, they don't need to be spared the maximum sentence or the death penalty or whatever. Their life is not worth that much. And if you give them some sort of privilege, if you defend them, if you protect them in any sort of way, if you ignore these threats they're making against you, then your life, or the lives of your children, or the lives of other people that they're threatening, they should not be considered so cheap that you can just ignore those threats. Like, the person making the threat has kind of voided their warranty on life once they've done that. And the worth of their life has now just nosedived at terminal velocity. At that point, I say just, death penalty. If you're making threats to hurt people, death penalty. We've got so many people that we're importing other people, right? We're just bringing in infinite immigrants, so why not? Why not speed up the process? Don't you think? Like, why are we dealing with people who are threatening others and giving them these slap on the wrist? Even 25 years, it's a slap on the wrist. And why are we acting like the lives of those they hurt and threaten are so cheap, so worthless, that the victim's life is worth less than the prisoner's, worth less than the villain's? It's just so stupid to me. I don't understand. It just Death penalty. What's so complicated about that? It's 2 words. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too callous. Anyway, I just thought it's another person with a ridiculous conviction, and 2 years as well. That was also another aspect. It's 2 years for someone who blew someone else up with dynamite. It should not have taken 2 years. That's ridiculous. And I just thought, and I'm sure I'm going to end up making many more videos about this particular topic, the ridiculous prison system that is not really helpful, and the ridiculous law system that takes too long, way too long for the bureaucracy to go through. It's very frustrating, and I think that the country would be in a much better place if everything would just be a bit faster. Faster. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please do the YouTube things.